The secrets of Yellowstone are about to erupt. Yellowstone 1944 to 2026 has just dropped shocking new updates that will change everything we thought we knew. Hidden conspiracies, untold horrors, and a mystery buried for decades. Are you ready for the truth? The year was 1944. A dark secret was buried deep beneath Yellowstone's serene wilderness. Now in 2026, explosive new updates are finally tearing that truth wide open. From declassified government files to chilling eyewitness accounts, Yellowstone 1944 is rewriting history. What really happened in those shadowy woods? Why was it covered up for decades? And what terrifying forces are still at play today? Buckle up, because the revelations in this video will leave you stunned. This is Yellowstone 1944 like you've never seen before. The shadow of World War II. As the world burned in conflict, Yellowstone National Park became the site of a chilling and classified operation, one so dangerous it was erased from history. Now, newly uncovered documents, military records, and survivor testimonies reveal the horrifying truth. A top-secret experiment gone wrong, a cover-up that reached the highest levels of power, and a force within Yellowstone that should have never been awakened. Was it a secret Nazi operation on American soil? A government bioweapons project? Or something far older and far more unnatural? As 2026 brings shocking new evidence to light, the full story of Yellowstone 1944 is finally emerging, and with it, a warning about what still lurks beneath the park's tranquil surface. The past is erupting, and this time, the world will know. The lost operation, deep in the archives of American history, buried beneath layers of classified documents and sworn secrecy, lies the truth about what really happened in Yellowstone during the summer of 1944. As World War II raged across the globe, a team of America's top scientists and military officials conducted a series of experiments so dangerous, their very existence was denied for nearly a century. The recent discovery of long-lost files and eyewitness accounts has finally begun to unravel one of the most carefully guarded secrets of the 20th century. The operation, known only as Project Vulcan, began as an attempt to harness Yellowstone's immense geothermal energy for military applications. But what started as a weapons development program quickly spiraled into something far more sinister. According to newly uncovered journal entries from lead researcher Dr. Henry McCullough, the team discovered something impossible during their deep core drilling experiments: evidence of an ancient, complex structure buried nearly 3 miles beneath the geyser basins. The metallic alloy fragments they recovered didn't match any known element on the periodic table, yet showed signs of advanced machining and purposeful design. As the team dug deeper, both literally and figuratively, strange phenomena began occurring across the park. Geysers erupted on unpredictable schedules. Animals exhibited bizarre behavior. Several researchers reported experiencing vivid, shared hallucinations. Security logs from July 1944 revealed that the military detachment assigned to guard the site began experiencing equipment failures and radio interference that defied all explanation. Then, on August 9, 1944, all communication from the research station ceased, abruptly. The newly released documents contain shocking details about what happened next. A military recovery team dispatched to investigate found the research facility completely abandoned. There were no signs of struggle. Personal belongings were left untouched. Coffee still sat warm in mugs. But every single person, 37 scientists and 28 military personnel, had vanished without a trace. Most disturbing of all were the final entries in the facility's logbook, which described the team making contact with whatever they had discovered below. The last entry, written in Dr. McCullough's distinctive handwriting, reads simply, "They were waiting for us. God help us all." The military immediately quarantined the area, erecting a 50-mile exclusion zone around the site under the guise of a geological hazard. Witnesses from nearby towns were threatened into silence. All records of Project Vulcan were sealed under presidential order. For decades, the truth remained hidden, until now. Recent FOIA requests and whistleblower testimonies have revealed that the government stopped monitoring the site. Classified reports from as recently as 2023 indicate unusual seismic activity, patterns that suggest something beneath Yellowstone is active. As researchers continue to analyze the flood of newly declassified information, one terrifying question remains. What exactly did they awaken beneath Yellowstone in 1944? And after 80 years of silence, why is it showing signs of movement now? The full truth may be more horrifying than anyone could imagine, and it's finally coming to light. The classified military archives contain disturbing details about the true nature of Project Vulcan's final days. Among the most shocking revelations is the extent of Nazi involvement in the Yellowstone experiments. Recently uncovered OSS interrogation transcripts from 1945 revealed that a captured SS officer, Derer Wolf, claimed under sodium pentothal that a special detachment of the Ahnenerbe, the Nazi Occult Research Division, had been conducting parallel experiments in Yellowstone since 1942. According to Wolf's testimony, the Nazis believed Yellowstone's geothermal features were not natural phenomena, but rather the surface manifestations of what they called Dorvan Valhalla, the gates of Valhalla. German scientists working with the SS had identified precise locations where they claimed to detect anomalous energy signatures matching ancient Norse descriptions. Declassified documents show that in early 1944, the U.S. government became aware of these activities when radio intercepts revealed the Nazis were attempting to create what they termed an Uber-geothermal weapon. The recently discovered journal of SS Sturmbannführer Erich Jaeger details how Nazi scientists embedded within the U.S. research team deliberately altered the parameters of the Yellowstone experiments. His final entry, dated August 8th, just one day before the disappearance, states, "The American fools believe they are harnessing energy. They do not realize we are completing the work begun at Wilsberg. The sleeping ones beneath the earth will rise when the ninth rune is activated." Forensic analysis confirms the handwriting is genuine, though the full meaning remains unclear. Most chilling are the 2026 discoveries at an abandoned Nazi outpost in the Absaroka Mountains. Excavation teams found a hidden chamber containing a strange apparatus, a geodesic dome made of copper, and an unknown metallic alloy positioned directly above a natural geothermal vent. Inside were the mummified remains of 3 SS officers in full ceremonial dress, their bodies arranged in a ritualistic pattern around what appears to be a large crystal of an unidentified mineral. The crystal emits faint but measurable radiation. When examined with thermal imaging, it appears to contain a moving, liquid-like interior structure, despite being solid at room temperature. Recent analysis of the Nazi documents suggests their ultimate goal was not merely to create a weapon, but to establish contact with what they believed to be an ancient civilization existing in vast caverns beneath Yellowstone's magma chambers. The recovered files contain detailed sketches of massive, non-human skeletal remains and what appear to be engineering schematics for devices of unknown purpose. Most disturbingly, several documents reference a ritual known only as derising, planned for late 1944, coinciding exactly with the Project Vulcan disaster. The full extent of Nazi infiltration into the American program is still being uncovered, but newly decrypted messages confirm that at least a dozen German scientists working at Yellowstone were actually SS operatives. Their true mission appears to have been the activation of some ancient mechanism buried deep beneath the park, one that may have been successfully triggered in August of that year. The implications of this revelation are staggering, suggesting that what was long thought to be a tragic scientific accident may in fact have been the culmination of a years-long occult operation with consequences we are only beginning to understand. The truth about what happened in the summer of 1944 can no longer be denied. The classified files, eyewitness testimonies, and scientific anomalies all point to one terrifying conclusion. Project Vulcan was never just a military experiment. It was an awakening. As the last of the declassified documents are made public in 2026, the full horror of that August night comes into focus. The Nazi infiltration, the occult rituals, the strange machinery buried beneath Yellowstone. Yellowstone. None of it was a coincidence. They knew exactly what they were doing. And now, after 80 years of silence, the consequences of their actions are becoming impossible to ignore. Seismic activity in the park has reached unprecedented levels, unlike any known volcanic patterns. Thermal scans reveal movement beneath the earth. Not just magma, but something else, something organized. Government agencies have quietly expanded the exclusion zone around the original Project Vulcan site, while military patrols now guard the area under orders to shoot trespassers on site. The last surviving member of the 1944 research team, Dr. Eleanor Voss, age 104, broke her silence in a private interview shortly before her death in early 2026. Her final words were recorded. "They told us it was about energy, about winning the war, but the Germans, they weren't just trying to harness the earth, they were trying to wake it. And when the drill hit that chamber, something answered. I heard it. We all did. A voice, not human, not mechanical, something older. And now, I think it's waiting." On June 17, 2026, all monitoring stations in Yellowstone simultaneously went offline for 17 minutes. When they came back online, the readings were impossible. The ground temperature near Site X9 had dropped below freezing in the middle of a geothermal zone. Satellite images showed a perfectly circular patch of dead vegetation, spreading outward from the sealed borehole. The screen flickers one last time before going completely dark. A single seismic monitor remains active in the empty observation bunker, its red light pulsing in rhythm with distant subterranean vibrations. The needle jumps erratically, far beyond the maximum threshold, as a new pattern emerges. Not random tectonic shifts, but something resembling a code. In a classified military archive hundreds of miles away, an alarm silently triggers as the final piece of Project Vulcan's archive unlocks itself. An 80-year-old film reel begins to play, without human intervention. It shows never-before-seen footage from that fateful August night. The shaky camera reveals the research team's panicked faces, illuminated by an unearthly blue glow from the borehole. A shadow moves behind them, impossibly tall, its edges not quite solid. Just before the film burns out, a hand reaches out from the depths. Its elongated fingers end in what might be claws, tools, or something else entirely. The last image sears itself onto the film, a symbol, one that matches the strange glyphs now appearing across Yellowstone's geothermal features. Park rangers report hearing whispers over dead radio channels, always repeating the same phrase, in a voice that sounds almost, but not quite, human. The gate is open. Deep beneath the park, something vast shifts position. The steel cap sealing Site X9 begins to frost over, despite the surrounding heat. In Washington, 3 separate emergency protocols activate simultaneously, and in a quiet Montana town just outside the exclusion zone, every clock stops at exactly 3:17 a.m., the same time Project Vulcan made first contact in 1944. The mystery is far from over. New evidence is emerging, and you'll hear it here first. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because the next update could change everything. The truth won't stay buried forever, and neither will what's beneath Yellowstone.